Yeah, Malcolm's going to go over to the cliff edge here, and I'm so sorry, Chris. I've forgotten your character's name.
Gaspar.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure 2 weeks ago you forgot my name when I had a dentist appointment. So
I did.
Awesome.
I thought Chris was your duck.
Kind of. What exactly happened last session? What the fuck happened last session? Guys, what happened?
Gaspar had a fainting spell when he saw a squirrel in a tree. Must have been some repressed childhood memories or something.
yes, that's what happened. No, he fainted, I think, as a result of the demon dying, and fell out of a tree. Which is funny because of the way that we killed the demon.
It is really funny. I'm kind of sorry about that, but also kind of not.
No, I mean, these things happen, man.
You guys defeated the evil snake demon, the last of the 7 demons that has plagued the House of Bloom since long before Gaspar was born. By turning it into Porcupine, my big centerpiece battle that I worked so hard on. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. I thought it was amazing.
That was a fun fight.
It was a fun fight, yeah. You guys turned him into a porcupine. I'm so glad those apples came in handy. You could have turned him. You could have turned him into a dragon. So like,
oh right,
like that shit was on the table there. Would have been real funny if you had turned it into something even worse.
It's not like he would turn into a basilisk. Is that on the list?
I don't know offhand. I won't check because I'd like to keep it a secret anyway. There could be anything on this list for all you know.
Man, these could really backfire if you're not careful.
Well, that's the reason why I made them so cheap, is because you can't really use them in a way that's tactical. I mean, sure, it's probably more likely that you're going to turn whatever it is that you pop this into the mouth of into something small and easy to handle, but it's definitely not cut and dry.
I still like it, though.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That was an awesome idea.
Gaspar has, upon delivery of the package, which is to say the smashing of the porcupine against the stones at the bottom of a 100-foot pine tree, has grown a little bit foggy in the head and suddenly left the world of the conscious at exactly the wrong time, only to be sort of... Actually, I just forgot that I had forgotten that this happened. Toothpick and Volcrovars both tried to catch him, but he just sort of bounced off.
We tried.
He tried. Bonk. Just picturing the ragdolling. Malcolm.
Yeah.
Your walking stick with the amber embedded in it. I assume it's rather sort of in your pack at the moment as you are not actively using it, but you can feel it sort of vibrate and move a little bit.
It's actually in my hand.
Oh, it is in your hand. Then you feel it vibrate and move in your hand.
Because I tried to hit the porcupine, and I missed.
You pick it up. You pick it up quickly. You can see that the amber is glowing slightly, and 2 sort of reptilian, almost avian, almost bird-like eyes are looking at you from the inside of the amber.
Oh, hello, friend.
You hear a voice go, Malcolm, is this thing on?
Wait, can you hold on? Malcolm's gonna move to the left a little bit. Can you hear me now?
Yes, there you are.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
It is the voice of none other than one Byzantium Crater Master.
It's the best name. God damn.
Your patron. The eyes stare out at you and says, What is happening in the wider world?
Oh, we killed a porcupine.
I am certain that is not what I am sensing in the deep
Well-
recesses of space-time.
Okay, well, it was a snake demon, but then we turned it into a porcupine and yeeted it off a tree.
Transfiguration.
Yes, we got these nifty apples at this fair, by the way. Oh, also, the orca work was amazing. You should have seen it. Oh, wait, yeah, you're in a cave wall, aren't you? Well, never mind. We'll bring you back something next time. Do you like funnel cake?
I don't know what that is.
Damn, that's bad. Maybe next time.
Malcolm, I must tell you that I have sensed a great resurgence of some sort of celestial darkness that is spreading. I do not know from which it originates, but I must warn you to be careful out there.
All right, Master. I know. Disturbance in the force. I got you. And Malcolm's gonna lean over to the other ones and be like, "Do you think we broke the seal when we killed that thing?"
I'm sorry, are you finished talking to your staff?
Yeah, you can't hear this. He just seems to be talking to his stick.
Are you serious? That nobody can understand this? I'm just talking to a stick?
Malcolm, I am not as strong as I once was. I can only communicate with a select number of people. The amount of time that I can do it for is...
Yes, go on. Don't stop making me look crazy now. Let's just keep going.
Okay, I guess he's not done talking to the fucking stick.
You look back at the amber, and it's once again dark.
All right then. Till next time. Have to remember to go somewhere when this happens. Okay, I'm not crazy. Okay, it talked to me. I swear.
Oh yes, I'm sure it did.
Gaspar is still lying on the ground right now.
He'll turn to Lady Fitcher and she's mad as a bat, this one.
Don't try to bond with me. It's like, I think that you are all a little bit crazy in the belfry.
He'll turn up to Toothpick, mad as a bat, that one.
No, hell yes, that one's mad.
But yeah, I'm assuming while that conversation was going on, we'd have...
Yeah.
Fitrian would have been looking over Gaspar.
Yeah, Lady Fitrian's down on the ground. She's tried a little bit of healing, but it hasn't happened. I will say that about 10 minutes after the event occurs, so this is all happening in that 10 minutes, Gaspar does wake up.
Yeah. Fuck. Ugh. Ow.
Well, take it easy. You've fallen out of a tree. I didn't expect you to be so faint of heart as to simply fall out of a tree and faint when upon the sight of bloodshed.
Oh no, they're flirting again.
God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I think it was supernatural in nature.
Was it it was around the same time we kind of exploded the snake, right?
Yes, it was.
Oh, maybe it's because of your family. Like, he was their arch nemesis, and now he's dead, so maybe you had some stirring of the blood.
Stirring of the blood?
Because all we know, that Lord Bloom could have fallen in his study or something,
Adam, in D&D 5th edition, does message have a range, or can I just send one whenever to wherever?
It does have a range. I think it's 100 feet, but...
Oh, fuck that then. Alright.
It's sending. Sending is the spell that doesn't really have it. As long as you're on the same plane, you'll get it.
Yeah. So, we did the thing. The demon is dead. Do we want to go check in with N? M? That letter person?
N. Yes, we gotta tell him how badass this fight was. maybe not say we turned him into a porcupine. Like let's tell him we beat the snake to a bloody pulp and then we smote him on the side of the ruin.
Given the whole thing with the snake and the seal, do we want to go tell a bunch of people who are going to rush down there and start messing with shits that the snake is dead yet?
That's why I was just gonna tell N, because he's in the guild.
I mean, do we want to tell him? Because we know nothing about him or what he wants here, or he's kind of a dickhead.
Is he?
Yes.
A little bit of a dick.
I don't recall him being any more of a dick than Lady Fitrian, and we let her come all the way here with us.
Yes, but she's the harmless sort.
Okay. And Lady Fitrian, do you have any healing spells left?
Yes, I have healing left. Would you like it? Or am I too much of a dick to give it to you?
I guess you'll have to have that conversation with yourself, but I am bleeding.
She rolls her eyes and then she'll heal you for 14 points. She heals you for 14 points.
Nice. Maybe we should go and check out the area where the snake demon was before we go talk to Anne.
And try and find this seal or whatever?
No, just look around. I don't know if we should ourselves be diddling with that. Maybe we could find somebody around that has sending and check in with Lord Bloom.
That's not going to be an easy thing. It's a pretty advanced spell for your average person.
Plus, I know he's your dad, but
oh my god,
we still don't know what the connection is between Bloom, the seal. If the demon was always here guarding the seal, then maybe Bloom wants to. We need more information, I think, before we tell anybody anything.
That's why I was going to check in with the guy who's been hunting demons his entire life, but I don't know. Where would you like to get this information?
Well, by going down there.
Going down the snake hole.
Yes, the snake hole.
All right, I'll get out my magnifying glass.
I'm not saying that I don't trust your dad, but he has a tendency to be a bit wacky. Which, if this is some kind of ancient seal for something dangerous, you don't need a wacky guy around.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Okay, so you guys sort of head over to. You're probably just like a few hundred yards away from where you had the fight. You climb back up the relatively the kind of obnoxiously steep slopes of this main central mound of tumulus, and you find yourself at the scarred land at the very top from which the snake demon erupted. How do you guys proceed?
An investigation check?
Yes, it will be an investigation check, but are you guys going down into it? Are you just gonna stand up and look at it?
I will go down to it.
Archaeologist roots, I appreciate.
Does, like, the holes that the snake left behind, does it leave, like, a sloped path that we can walk up and down?
It's actually a little bit tough because a lot of it has sort of caved in. There is definitely something of a tunnel. From the top, you're not certain exactly how far down into it you can go before you're going to have to start digging. But there's definitely like a depression left from under which this creature was apparently burrowed in and hiding.
How long would it take to check the ruins to see if there's any other way down or in?
That would be an investigation check for sure.
I got a 9.
For investigation?
Yeah.
If everybody else is
I only
helping
got
you.
10.
Oh,
Oh.
boy.
Got it. That mean I roll again?
Nah, people are rolling independently instead, so it's cool. Yeah, you walk around a little bit, so a 10 to find a potential other route down into it. Yeah, you walk around for a little bit. It's actually quite tough because there's like a lot of bushes and a lot of scrubby grass that's growing up and around the ruins that are on top of the mound. And you don't find another point of entry. There's just so much like of bushes and underbrush that it would take much longer than you've currently taken to actually find the entry to this place.
Okay, do we take extra time to look, or do we just jump down the snake hole?
Why don't we take some more time? It's not like we need to worry about the snake demon.
That is true. Also, jumping down holes can get you in a lot of trouble. I know this.
You're just gonna steamroll right past that.
Yep.
I've been to many temples. It gets you in those like really bad situations.
That's true. I find myself wondering, Isaac, if Malcolm is the sort of like hours with a toothbrush gently brushing the dirt from old ideofacts sort of archaeologist, or the whips and fedoras kind of archaeologist. I mean,
Well,
there's space to be a little bit of both in this world.
He's definitely in between, but he leans more towards the toothbrush scrubbing.
Oh, that's good.
But he has
That actually makes me happy. But listen, you've got to be at least a little bit proficient in getting past traps in a world that has both dungeons and archaeology. I know somebody was going to say dragons.
You still have to be careful. That's true.
I think the sun is probably starting to dip down towards the trees there. So the light is getting a little bit long. You don't have much more time to look. So you guys want to take a little bit of extra time to try and find another entry point of this tunnel?
Yes.
I would like to.
Okay. Then I will accept one more investigation check.
Okay. Wait, who's good with investigation?
I might well be. Hold on.
Is aiding automatic, or do we have to roll for it?
I wouldn't say that it's automatic for an investigation of I might, depending on the situation, rule that a person must be proficient in the skill that they are aiding in. But in this case, you guys are looking for a hole in the grass, so that I'm fine with it just being like automatic.
I have a +6 to investigation. What does anybody else have?
I have a
I
plus
only have
two.
a 4.
So I should roll then?
Maybe. We can rock, paper, scissors for it if you want.
I got a 15.
Okay. So if you're being aided by the others, then you get advantage.
Oh, I might get more than a 15. Hold on.
Get more than a 15.
Might get worse than a 15.
It's potentially possible. It is about 45% possible that you'll get as bad or worse.
I got a 15.
Awesome. All right, you got a 15 though, so 15's not bad. This creature wasn't super trying to hide its hole, but you actually find it. You've almost given up at this point. The light is gone. It is now, the stars are actually starting to come out now. And as you sort of make your way back up, so like, okay, all right, we can't find this thing. Let's start again from point A. You actually stumble across it. It's actually just within the ruins to the north of where you fought this creature. It seems like it didn't really. There isn't like a complex system of snake tunnels underneath this hill. It looks like it basically just dug in, curled around, and just sort of like was trying to hide, just out of sight.
Oh, do we have a lantern? I have a lantern. Yes. Okay. Oh, wait. I also have dark vision. What the I don't need a lantern.
Yeah, you actually have the best dark vision here. You've got devil's sight.
They go to light a lantern and you're like, oh, right.
You just occasionally hear Lady Fitrian tripping over shit in the background because she doesn't have dark vision.
Doesn't have a lantern? God, be prepared for adventure.
No, she lights a torch, basically. Actually, no, I think she actually has the light spell. Yeah, she does. So she actually has she has a torch, but rather than lighting it on fire, she uses the light spell on the end of it, so it sends out like a duller, whiter light than it would if it was a torch, if it was like lit. Have you found anything?
Found some rocks.
Oh yes, well done.
Thank you. But no, nothing yet. Nothing of note, though that rock is very shiny. I think I'm going to take it with me. But no.
Gaspar's found the other end of the hole, of the burrow.
Other end of the burrow. Oh, nah, probably not. Never mind.
Where does it open up? Or what does it open up into?
It goes in for a few feet among the bushes, maybe 10 feet or so, and then it just kind of peters out where the tunnel has collapsed somewhat. This actually goes in further than the one that it initially erupted from, because it's in and among the brickwork, and the brickwork is actually kind of like allowed it to hold its form a little bit more. Now that you guys are in there, you can, like, if you call people over, you can do another investigation check, this time to sort of see what's down in it.
Heard. Let's do that. I'd love a hand for the advantage.
I shall. Would you like to use my magnifying glass?
Yeah, I would. For aesthetic reasons.
Be careful with it. It's engraved.
Without advantage, I got a 20, but I will roll again. Just in case.
You got a 20, yeah.
I got a
20. As you guys are searching, you suddenly start like turning up little broken flakes of pottery.
Sure.
What?
Sherds. The archaeological term for pottery is sherds.
Huh.
Sure.
If it was glass, it would be shards. And pottery, sherds.
Why do I feel like I would know that? That's wild. Okay. You find it seems to be like a broken tool, some sort of file or something. It's a little hard to tell. And some bones. Just some bones.
Can I see what kind of bones they are?
Yeah, that would be a nature check.
That'll be a natural 20, 23.
Natural 20. All right, you think it's probably from some sort of dog or a small canine.
Gotcha.
It's an elf dog.
An elf dog. Oh, the elusive elf dog.
Yeah. Elves have domesticated dogs by this point. What's that?
Is that like a cat dog, but with an elf?
Oh, that's alarming. Oh, that's an image. Why would you do that?
Only in the world with a little elf dog.
So, apart from your sherds and the remains of this dog, and a few other odds and ends that don't really add up to much, basically what you've found is an archaeological dig site.
It does track.
Yeah, that tracks.
And there's not like any kind of seal or something alluding to such.
Nothing that you can see would seem to indicate anything arcane or magical in any way.
Fulcrevars, I know you don't want to let anybody in on the secret of the dead demon snake, but we don't even know what we're looking for at this point. There has to be someone in the wider world that has some sort of intelligence as to what that seal was and how to avoid breaking it. If we didn't already, because it turns out you break the seal by turning the snake demon into a porcupine and throwing it out of a tree.
That's a very specific sort of way to break a seal.
It would be unfortunate if that was the only way to do it. That we just stumbled upon it.
But also kind of funny. Like, let's be real. What are the fucking
sort
odds,
of mythic,
right?
Yeah.
We made it feel like that, so that like, who's gonna do this?
But yeah, my point is basically, it seems like we're sifting through archaeological bullshit here. I don't necessarily know that this is a fruitful strategy.
Yeah, I guess we're kind of useless here.
Just a little bit. Might have to go and get in. Or carry him here.
Here's another question. Did the snake demon sort of poof back to its own plane of hell or whatever? Or is its corpse still there?
Like in traditional demon form, all of its soft tissues have sort of like run into this gooey, viscous, oily, nasty substance, and there's only some sort of like slowly disintegrating bones are left. So it's reasonable to presume that at the very least the essence of this demon may have made its way back to the abyss.
Can we like take its horns as a trophy or some such?
Yeah. In fact, and Gaspar would know that's pretty much common practice. It's just to, for confirmation purposes at the very least.
Awesome. Wait, is its whole skull intact or is it just the horns?
Roll me a d20.
It would have been funny if it didn't change back and we just had to take back a porcupine and be like, look, we did it.
God damn, that's fucking hilarious. What did you get, Isaac?
I got a 6.
Oh, unfortunately, it seems as though the skull itself has started to degrade. It's actually quite rubbery and sort of like tearing apart, almost like soft cardboard in places, but the horns themselves are still quite strong.
All right, then. I guess we'll have horns. Man, want to mount it above the fireplace or something.
That would have to be a really big fireplace. You're not going to get the entire horn either, like, damn.
I just use one of the horns as a makeshift club.
That's actually pretty badass.
God damn, that would be really fucking sick. Yeah, you could if you wanted to.
Did we check the thing's body for things?
Well, it doesn't really have much of a body left anymore.
It remains? Because you were saying everything was dissolving, but it didn't leave behind any, like, gems or anything like that?
I mean, where would it keep them?
In its belly.
No, unfortunately. As you look, sort of like poke through, you grab a stick and you're poking through the sludge here and there. I'll say it's not too hard to realize. Nope, it did not seem to have any gems in its belly. Although you do find some human bones in and among the goo, or humanoid bones.
And it's probably the people that it ate from the crew.
Would seem to be.
Man, do you think they want the bones to bury? Okay, I think I'll get a sack and I'll get the bones. And
Good. You got a sack. Now you've got a sack of bones from at least 2 distinct skeletons, sort of lightly misted with demon sludge.
At the end of the day, aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Okay, so what's next?
I guess back to the camp to report this to N and see what he can make of it.
Yeah, we've come down, we've had a look. We didn't find anything, so not much else we can do.
Alrighty, let's head back.
You guys head back. The camp is quiet. It seems to have settled down completely. People have rather gone to sleep. Professor Dretfowler is up and tending the fire. She is the halfling archaeologist that you met. She is sort of the leader of the camp. She straightens up sharply when she sees you guys come into the firelight. She says,
"Oh wow! Oh gosh, what happened to you?"
Oh, porcupines. Pains in the ass. But we got it. And then he lightly puts down the bag of bones next to her feet.
What is that?
These are the remains of your friends.
Oh God. Okay.
He should
thank you?
specify the ones who were eaten by the demon. We brought them back so they could have a proper burial. He didn't just go out and kill 2 of your friends and put them in a bag. It's kind of what it sounded like, the way that he said that. I just wanted to clarify that.
I assumed that was a given.
Just one second, please. I've got. Hold on. Just give me one moment.
she kind of pops off into the bush, and you can hear retching sounds from the bush as she vomits vehemently into the underbrush. She comes back and she's like,
Okay. Just
Bad seafood, right?
Who are you people?
Yeah.
What do you mean, you people?
What?
Okay, we never came up with a team name for our, monster hunting deeds.
We'll just use the same one from Orca.
Oh, Velociraptor Starship. Yes, we're Velociraptor Starship.
Okay, that's very strange. That's an unusual name. I'm sorry, I'm trying to process all this. But were you able? The demon, the serpent?
Oh yes, dead.
Wow. I'll admit, when you didn't come back, I assumed, I assumed the
we
worst.
were.
How long were we gone?
Well, at this point, with the amount of investigation you guys did after the fact, we're talking several hours.
Oh.
Sometimes it takes a little while to kill a giant snake demon.
No,
Yeah, nobody walks in and slits its throat. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I can imagine. I can imagine these things take time and finesse, but
Nope. We just had to climb a tree. Anyway.
weird people.
You can't just say
We're
that.
people that get the job done.
Very well. I mean, I'll offer you some food and a place to sleep if you want to, but if you're looking for the reward, I believe that's handled through the guiding bolt itself. Am I correct?
We weren't looking for the reward from you. No. Just you're in charge of the whole archaeological aspect of this, or?
Yes. It's my project. I'm the one who received funding from the guild.
Can you guys hold off on going back to your excavation until we get a little more information? The demon, the only thing it really said was, "You will not break the seal." So we imagine there's some sort of awful demonic presence being, held captive, and it'd be really shitty if you guys, accidentally tripped that and unleashed it on the world, killing hundreds, if not thousands.
Also, it'd be a shame to come back here and, you were all dead.
Yes, I guess that would be a shame. Yeah, I mean, I can hold off a bit. I think we need to regroup a little bit anyway, and I can't put off for too long without having to go until next year, because obviously we don't want to run into a winter situation. But I think probably we need a chance to...
She kind of glances sidelong at the bag of bones that you have presented her with.
We probably need some time to process things anyway, so...
All right, cool. Please don't go down there again until you have our go-ahead. We're going to do a little research, see what we can find out, so you guys can safely finish your excavation.
All right, I suppose that's fair. I mean, if there's more of those things lying around or whatever, it's archaeology in a fantasy world. We take our lives in our own hands.
What do you mean? This is reality.
It's just a technical term for a world that is full of magic. It's highly theoretical. Basically, it's supposed that there might be worlds out there that don't have magic, and they might be considerably more mundane, and you don't run into demons and monsters and things like it. It's all very there's some papers on it.
That sounds like a fantasy to me.
Jump up in the air and freeze.
Yeah.
No, Malcolm was just thinking to himself, I wonder if they have good biscuits.
There is no way of knowing. Woo.
But yeah, and it's still alive, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Shortly after you guys left, I went to go check on him and he was gone.
Okay, that is sketchy. Let's go check his stuff.
Oh, his stuff was pretty much gone too. He was traveling light anyway. He didn't have much.
Okay. Did anybody see where he went?
I'm afraid not. I only found out about it when I went to go bring him his broth and he was gone.
Okay.
So anything.
Adam, could we maybe go to his place, look around, and see if there's any clues as to where he went? Maybe see if he left any hilariously obvious inky footprints on the ground or something?
Well, that would be investigation, and if you find anything, then survival to follow tracks or something, so...
Grand.
I can follow the tracks for you.
Can you?
Well, I can attempt to.
Like, you have that as like a skill, or you're just offering?
Oh, I have that as a skill. I have like a +4 in survival, guys.
Oh, good. That'll be you then. I have a +1, so... Wait, Volkavars, what do you got for survival?
I also have a 4.
Someone want to
okay.
help me? Someone want to help me look around so that I can have advantage? Because I just rolled a 2.
Yeah, I can help you.
Malcolm, like, if Volkravars was helping, he'd be like lifting furniture and looking under shit. Malcolm helps by staying out of the goddamn way.
No, I just find like a really tall box, and I just stand on top of it, and I supervise.
Oh, good. Well, that angle gave us a 25 to look for clues as to where this guy went. So great.
So let's
Okay.
think that while standing on that box, he's disguised as an owl again.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys discover, just sort of looking around, you discover a number of, like, a decent amount of hair. Like, a lot of hairs in
He was
the
a
bed.
werewolf.
Well, they do seem to be sort of animal-like in nature. It's interesting. As you widen the search, you do indeed find, sort of like in mud out the back, little boot marks in the dirt and the mud. Just little boots.
Time for survival.
Yep, these boot
Do I have
prints.
Little feet, or are they like?
Oh,
weird-
little tiny feet.
Is he also a
Wait,
halfling?
I'm sorry. No, the question was, did we notice when we were talking to N that he had small feet, or are these feet
Well,
small?
You didn't see his feet. You didn't really see much of him. He was bundled with blankets and wearing sort of like a hood or a robe or something like that. You have never actually seen his face.
Well, I remember he was small, though.
He was
Okay.
small. He's smaller even than Malcolm. So,
Oh, yeah. I got a natural 20, so that's 24.
all right, a natural 20. Okay, so you follow these tracks. You actually find there's like a number of interesting things. Like there's a point where you lose it for a second because it seems that he must have run up onto a log, but then you're able to catch it again. You actually lose it at a small stream. You guys are actually pretty close to a main tributary of the Meander River, which is the main river that sort of cuts through Eldritch. And so he seems to like dance into the river and then come out again at a certain point. So you lose it there and then catch it again. He seems to be doing tricks specifically to avoid being caught, being trapped.
Natural 20.
Eventually, the whole thing sort of like loops back around, and you find yourself once again in and among the mounds. The main mounds of Tumulus. You find
I don't like
yourself
this.
looking at a familiar sight as you come to the main mound, and there, standing at the very top of it, is that little hooded figure of N, sort of looking
How far-
sullenly off into the distance.
How far away are we?
How far away do you want to be? You guys got a natural 20.
Oh.
Can we be close enough for him to like hear me yell, like, yell at him like, "Oi,
Yeah.
it's your boys."
He does turn towards you.
Hey, it's your boy, Skinny Penis.
Classic. He turns towards you, and you catch like almost like a hint of whisker from inside the cowls of his little.
You and your goddamn cat people.
What? No.
Everything that has whiskers is a cat. Everyone knows that.
Fucking reasonable.
It could be a seal person.
And he turns to you, and he doesn't actually say anything. Well, no, he does say. What am I saying? He doesn't say anything. That would be weird and creepy.
He says meow.
So, you have destroyed the creature.
Yeah. Hey, do you know anything about a seal? And I don't mean water puppies.
I don't know anything about any seal, beyond which that thing was constantly going on about during our epic battle that I should have won.
You didn't think at any point, oh, maybe the fact that this is guarding a seal means that the thing in the seal is way worse than this, and maybe we shouldn't be fucking around with this?
That was beyond my concern. I came here to destroy this creature.
So, just a quick question. If you were, say, fighting a demon, and then somebody showed up and was like, oh, hey, by the way, if you kill this demon, it'll set off the cataclysm that kills hundreds of thousands of people, you'd be like, gotta kill that demon. Like, that's what you'd be like?
I don't know. I am not by nature a demon hunter.
Yeah, what are you by nature?
That this creature was a demon was mere coincidence. I hunt the enemy of my people.
What is the enemy of your people?
A little paw comes up, and he twitches back the cowl on his robe, and you find yourself staring at what is doubtless to your eyes, what you are easily able to tell is in fact an awakened mongoose.
Motherfucker.
My fucking god.
Snakes. You don't like snakes. Gotcha. All right. So, okay. All right. This is okay.
just fucking love Tiger's reaction in the background. He's like, "What even is this game? What am I fucking playing right now?" He says. What kind of fucking asinine bullshit is this? He was an awakened mongoose. He doesn't care that it was a fucking demon. He only cares that it was a giant snake.
Okay. Well, all right.
Makes so much sense.
Okay. Well, that answers a couple questions. Okay. So you were just in it to kill snakes. Well, it's dead. So good job. All right. We need to do some more research before we let anybody back down there. And I'm not really sure where to do that. Actually, I probably would be in character. Are there any, libraries or anti-demon religious institutions around that we could, read up? Or...
Honestly, the closest is probably back at Stoutheart. You'll recall it's been mentioned before, the private libraries of Lord Bloom are pretty much unparalleled when it comes to demon research. But you guys are kind of in the middle of nowhere at this point.
We are, but I can't think of a logical reason to not head back there since, one, we've completed the objective, and two, we got the archaeologists to hold off at least for a little bit. If we can give them a timeline, be like, hey, we need to walk back, and that's a week, and we need to do some research, and that's a week, so you can be back up and running in about 2 to 3 weeks. At least we can, do our due diligence. What do you guys think?
I think it's a good idea. Say, hey, N, you want to go with us to Lord Bloom, see if he has any more snake-killing jobs for you? I'm sure there's like a cobra or something hanging around.
What did you hear? What did you hear about a cobra?
Well, you know those cobras, cobra-y, they're probably hanging around somewhere. I'm sure there's something. Maybe he wants to see that you're alive as well. I'm sure he would appreciate that as well.
Make a persuasion check.
Make a deception check. He doesn't know shit about a cobra.
Damn right I don't.
It's yeah, it could be deception. I think we've established they're both the same thing, but he's trying to lure him
right, I forgot.
because there might be a chance that there are snakes involved, which, fair.
I will say persuasion because I'm not 100% sure myself.
Yeah, you're being pretty clear that you're not sure if there will be more snake things, but there might be.
All right, that is an 18.
Sort of looks down and looks around, looks at the destroyed sludgy body of the snake demon, and he says,
I suppose that was my last lead. All right. Lead on, humanoid.
You're damn right. Let's go, Mongoose. Oh, yes. Cobra Starship has a new member. How do you feel about using the tambourine?
I don't know how to respond to that.
Don't worry. Think of all the snakes that you can attract with a tambourine. You could have, you could attract a rattlesnake with it, and it thinks.
Nah. We gotta get him a flute.
Oh, yes.
He raises an eyebrow. He's like,
this is a means of serpent summoning that I am not previously aware of. Is that true? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got those snake charmers. They get the flute. They exert some sort of, I don't know, mental or psychological control over the snake.
I see. So if I become proficient in flute playing, I will become a snake slayer the likes of which the world has never seen.
It is entirely possible, based on what little information I have.
The narrator. It was not possible.
Yeah.
Very well. You have convinced an awakened mongoose who thinks only of killing snakes to join your party. Okay, so what's the plan, guys?
I mean, you tell me, because we just convinced the mongoose to join us and play the tambourine, so I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
Yeah, it got really it got interesting there. Yeah.
I want to check in with the foreman of the dig site and just get a more concrete, hey, don't go down there for at least a week. We're going to go off site, do some research, come back, and we'll try and let you get this done as safely as possible.
And if they find any stinks, put them in some boxes, and then we'll be back to deal with them.
That's bad advice.
What else do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to tell them? Like, just leave them alone?
Yes.
I want them to literally leave them alone. Literally, yes. That is what I would like
go
them
back
to do.
And find the camp is just a bunch of giant bloated snakes.
To get me constricted.
The mongoose guy just starts sweating.
And falls to his knees. No!
A quick question before I forget. Did we ever figure out the snake demon's name?
Oh.
I don't believe you did. That information might exist, but...
He was a very single-minded creature.
Mm-hmm.
One can say him and N have something in common. But don't tell N that, because I feel like that would be the greatest insult ever.
I feel like this conversation's happening while we're riding the wheels and N's just sitting behind you.
Hey! How we doing?
Okay, so with your new mongoose friend in tow, you guys bound away on your wargs. Like you did have that conversation with Professor Dreadfowler, and it's all understood.
We literally just walked back and was like, "Stay out of the fucking dig site," and left.
So you guys gonna rest first, or you gonna set out as is?
What time of day is it? It's nighttime, but early
It's
nighttime?
evening, yeah.
Do you guys, I mean, most of us are good to go in the dark, but do you guys want to rest? I don't think it makes much of a difference. We do have an extra day.
Is there going to be like what's the deal with exhaustion? Like if we go through the night, will we end up?
You could probably go a few hours tonight because you only took a few hours to get here. Basically, if you travel for more than 8 hours a day, that's when you start running into the possibility of exhaustion. You took about 4 hours to get here from where you had camped this morning. So you might be able to get 4 hours. If that's what you want to do.
I suppose the broader question is,
Mm-hmm.
would it make a difference?
The primary difference it would do is it would kind of throw like your daytime nighttime rhythms out of whack. Like you'd be traveling in the darkness, and this is a potentially dangerous stretch of country. You've already confirmed this. And you'd be sleeping for part of the day.
Then I would be for getting rest because I'm still at like less than half my HP.
Have no strong opinion either way.
Hey, why don't you hang out? I'll fry up some. We've got some bacon. Got some bacon.
Shit, we love bacon.
I love bacon as well.
I'm sure everybody will want to hear about your amazing tales of how you took down the snake demon that consumed everybody's friends.
You guys are gonna hate it, but yeah, we'll tell you.
I would have done it better.
Would you have?
Yes.
Would you
Yes,
actually
I
have?
would.
How
I
would you have
done
done
it better?
it?
I would have.
How?
I would have
Explain it to
sliced
me.
it down the
I'm
middle.
interested.
Just you guys start to.
Do you know how we killed it? Hey, mongoose guy. Do you know how we killed it?
No. By the time I got to the top of the hill, there was nothing there.
Yeah, that's.
I can only assume through some kind of trickery.
Well, yeah, actually, there was some trickery there. Almost got eaten myself, by the way.
I wouldn't have almost gotten eaten.
You did almost get eaten. I could get your point, but you very much did almost get
You
eaten.
guys bicker long into the night. It's good. And
Just stop saying blatantly false shit, and I won't bicker with you.
Yeah, you guys go ahead and have a rest. A delicious bacony meal on the encampment whose work you have just more or less saved. People come out. You guys tell the story of exactly what happened. N keeps sort of like interjecting with his own sort of fucking baggage. And yeah, you guys have a night.
All right. I press the long rest button.
All right,
There's a
you guys
for that?
wake up. Huh?
Oh, sick!
What?
I just found the long rest button.
Yeah,
I didn't know I
there's a
had
long
one.
rest button.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you guys gain the benefits of a long rest. You wake up to a crisp and cloudy morning. It's a bit of gray light sort of filtering in through the tents that you guys are given, which the previous occupants of which are, in fact, occupying a bag.
Sorry about the gentrification, I guess. I don't know. There goes
All right,
the neighborhood.
It is, Jesus Christ. And it is morning.
Oh. Well, that worked out. All right, let's get going. Unless there's more bacon.
Yeah, it takes them for the road.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a breakfast fry-up going on.
Thank God.
You guys are so dead set on this imaginary bacon I'm giving your players here.
This is the escapism I came here for.
You guys mount up on your wargs. Your wargs have been out there hunting. They are fed. Two of them have a sort of like a rim of red blood around their lips as you find them. You don't ask questions. The third one has the same thing, but it's green because this is a fantasy world.
I love N's token. It looks like he's screaming. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically his personality. You mount up. One of the wargs growls at Anne, who growls back. Somebody grabs him before it escalates, and you guys are off.
I love this little guy. He's feisty.
All right. So you and N, codename N, are on the road to back to Stoutheart. Can I get a survival check?
Yeah, I'll let one of the people who is good at that do that. But I'll help.
I got 22.
22.
Jesus
all right.
Christ.
Yeah, Malcolm's been through a lot of dungeon crawls. He's got to be good at survival.
Yeah, he's a dungeoneer. He is an archaeologist in a fantasy world, which is a bit of a fucking juggernaut. Like, let's be real.
Very Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have better hair.
But also,
Way
if
better
you cast
hair.
your mind back to our
Agreed.
journey here, he did get lost on damn near every road.
Okay, you know, I was just taking off the rust, okay?
Yeah, you guys find yourself along the coast over the course of the day, towards the end of your day of travel, as you sort of like, as the woods give way to the Houndstooth Hills of Central Eldritch. Volkervars, you
explode.
you explode and die. Sorry, I guess. No, you hear something off into. You hear something off in the distance.
Into?
It's a into. It's a horn. Vuko recognizes it. It's a hobgoblin horn.
What's it signaling?
Are we still getting tailed by that,
The orcs? You don't know the answer to that. The horns are signaling distress
Oh.
and
Oh,
a
damn.
request for reinforcements. Not horns, a horn.
Where's it coming from?
Off over the hills, sort of towards. You could see a small lake off in the distance. You can tell it's coming from that general vicinity, but it's obscured by hills from where you guys are currently at.
It's a call for aid. Vukaraz will pass this information to everybody else and say he's going.
We'll go with you.
yeah, let's take a look.
And he's going to sound the horn for whatever it is for, like, reinforcements on the way or coming in. And then take off in that direction.
He's a bit flighty, isn't he?
No, we just like to respond to distress calls.
Don't you guys have a distress call in your mongoose community? Like, you know, with jazz hands and everything?
Hey man, sometimes people aren't snakes on the outside, but they are snakes on the inside. Those are the ones you gotta watch out for.
You're gonna blow his
Okay.
mind right now. He's gonna be green snakes on the inside.
Turn him into a serial killer. You're like, that guy's kind of snake-like.
It's actually worth sort of questioning who's riding where. I think you guys basically all have your own, but where is... You guys have your own wargs,
Steve.
but...
Not to be that guy, but I think it makes the most sense for the mongoose to ride with Isaac because he's the smallest.
Yeah, you guys...
And also,
yeah,
he was the one who persuaded him.
Yes.
it is very true.
Plus, he's
So,
probably got
now-
like grubs and stuff in his afro. So N can like,
Grubs?
groom him.
What kind of ecology do you think is... Oh my god.
They probably got in there when he landed on his head the other day.
This hair does not take care of itself. It requires maintenance, and it requires, the employment of nature.
So as Vukro, you guys are having this conversation as you're trailing behind Vukro, who's kind of put the pedal to the metal on this. You round some hills, Vukro. You're getting very close to this lake. You actually kind of crest over a ridge. You need a second to make sense of what you're seeing. First and most obvious, the giant land squids in the middle distance.
Yes.
Two of them are quite a lot larger than the other. Seems to be holding an entire overland carriage in its tentacles, scrabbling at the doors with its massive beak. Down below, there are wargs that seem to be like snapping at and engaging the squids. But as you watch, one meaty tentacle snaps up the warg in question and just kind of yelps. The horn seems to be coming from the carriage.
This is over. I'm moving to Oryx.
Rescue time.
Okay. So, how many land squids did you say there were?
Let's see. Just from looking, there are 2 large ones and a smattering of smaller ones, at least 5. Some of them are actually sort of at the border of the water of the lake, which kind of leads you to think that maybe there could even be more lurking below. Land squids do tend to live in and around lakes and
is it one giant squid holding up the carriage? Are they both holding it up? Or what's the deal?
One is holding the carriage. The other one is engaging the wargs, one of which it has sort of snapped up in its bits there.
Quick question: have the squids noticed us?
At this point, no, but you are still... Oh, gosh. Well, okay, you're about 50 feet off. So I am going to go ahead and ask you guys to make a stealth check.
Great. If I succeed, I would like to sneak up to 30 feet away and cast a spell on the squid.
Okay.
If we don't succeed, whoops.
Is this because Vukravaz has no real intention of being stealthy? But is this something like we all collectively have to do it, or can Gaspar just be stealthy on his own?
Gaspar can be stealthy on his own merit, yeah.
Okay.
Malcolm rolled a 14 for stealth.
I got a 15 for stealth.
And is there any kind of knowledge roll I can make while we're on the approach?
This would be nature.
Can I do that even untrained?
For this, yeah, you can. I would say it kind of limits what you can learn, but was that 17 for you?
17.
Yeah, so you're actually pretty common with these as a threat in the region. They are just beasts. They don't really have much that's like magical to them. They are threats the same way that like running into an owlbear or a pack of wolves would be. So they don't really have much in the way of like, say, like weaknesses and resistances and stuff like that. They're just animals. They're pretty intelligent animals, but they're animals.
Okay, well, assuming the other guys aren't setting stuff up or need more time or whatever, Vukravaz wants to just charge the one that's holding the carriage up and just sort of jump off his warg and slam. He'll use the horn of the snake demon just to see what it does.
Okay.
If it does anything special, and just sort of slam it in the head.
Do you make that note, or are you just charging in without saying anything?
Well, I mean, he's basically not breaking his stride from.
Okay, so we're all breaking off and getting ready to be sneaky, and you're just like, I asked.
So you guys have not been. You guys have not been seen. Vukro definitely has, because he's not even trying not to be. At this point, I will ask you guys to roll initiative.
Okay, I got a 12.
I got a 19.
I got a 2.
We're doing initiative based on golf scoring, right?
Yeah, it kind of kills the drama of his charge into battle when he just has to stop for 6 seconds before continuing.
I hate it when it doesn't match the fiction, man. So I'm also going to go ahead and let you guys control your wargs for this fight. So you guys will, in addition to your turn, you guys will also be determining what your wargs will do. So Gaspar gets to go first. You can see Vokrivar's sort of up ahead of you, preparing to charge in.
Great. I'm going to try and help him out a little. So then I'm just going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the squid that has the wagon in its mouth.
Okay, that's this one right here has the wagon.
That's the one that Volcros is going to hit, yeah?
I believe so. There's a little bit of a leap right here. This is probably about 10 feet right here, so... Alright, so you close the distance. You're on your warg still.
Yes. But sneaky.
And how much? What's the distance? What's the range on the Tasha's?
30 feet, which is where I will be.
All right, that's about as far as you can get, actually. Without because now you're currently standing at the top of a ridge, overlooking this whole tableau. It's about 20 feet down into bushes from where you're standing. So if you want to get any closer, you're going to have to figure out how to deal with that. But it is within 30 feet of you at this point, so... Okay,
so it needs a wisdom saving throw. Wait, what's Squid's intelligence?
Squid's intelligence is 8.
Okay, we're good.
But they're actually really, really pretty smart. That's a 17.
Fuck!
Sorry.
Spell DC, I think, is 14. Well, that was a goddamn waste.
Hey, whenever you gamble, eventually you lose.
Right, that's me.
It is now the squid's turn. Alright, this one is actually going to... This one's got one warg sort of like in its grasp. It's going to make a swing at the other one. Yeah, it's got hold of the other one, so... it is going to make an attack. Holy shit, okay. In one tentacle, it grabs the other warg that it has not gotten in its grasp. So now it's grappling both, and with its second attack, it actually starts stuffing this one into its beaky mouth. The warg just starts kind of kicking nastily. The smaller ones, knowing that you guys are on your way, start to close in and make sort of like a wall. Or not that you guys are on your way, they can only really recognize Vokrivar's. And two of them from up here start sort of like following the motion of this moving cart in the grasp of this other large land squid, as though waiting for its precious contents to spill out. The large squid to the south is going to start making attacks against the cart, which don't work out too well. It sort of like grabs at the door, as though it's trying to just pull it open. It actually smashes the handle itself, and the handle is in its beak, and it just sort of spits it off to the side and starts going in at it again, trying to crack it open. As you guys listen, the hobgoblin horn rises again from inside. Vukrivar's, actually, if you could do me a favor and make a perception check before you do anything else.
That's only a 5.
You're too busy focusing on the giant squid before you to make any connections. But that is it for the squids. Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm's going to go over to the cliff edge here, and I am so sorry, Chris. I have forgotten your character's name.
Gaspar.
Gaspar. But yeah, no, he's going to go over to the cliff here, and he's going to ask Gaspar if he wants to get down and get in there, or if he wants to stay up here.
I think I'm gonna stay on the fringes and see where I can help out most as combat unfolds.
Okay. And then Malcolm's going to call back behind him. And come with me. We're going to go in. And then he...
You don't need to call back behind you because you're still on your warg. He is...
Oh,
He's
yeah.
He's got a little booster seat.
He's got a little booster seat. He's riding on... He's like,
Listen, I don't like it, but it's the law.
So yeah, you just said to the guy in the back seat of your car, "Come with me," and then started driving.
Fine. He's gonna... So Malcolm's going to actually summon Toothpick at the bottom of the cliff here. And
Okay.
he's going to ask him to make a ramp down so that we can run down. And then we're going in.
Cool.
Oh, and Toothpick's appearance has changed. He's a little bit more fiery now. Because he has the fire element
Yeah,
now.
you summon Toothpick, and the other guys will notice that he appears to be like low key exuding like a heat, a fiery energy about him.
One of them hot boys now.
One of them hot boys. But yeah, he appears beneath you. He draws up to about 15 feet. The drop here is about 20 feet, which means, yeah, you should be able to easily just sort of like careen down him and make it to the bottom. Roll me a d20 and add the warg's acrobatics. I think you would probably just be using their base dex, so just a d20 plus 1.
Okay. I can do that for you. Can actually do that in the chat.
It's not a very high DC, because he's cooperating, so...
Oh, wait, that is a 9.
Oh, okay, alright. Unfortunately, the warg is a little bit uncertain about this, and starts to sort of wander down. He actually sort of starts to slide off of his tail, and I'm going to need you to make an acrobatics check, not an acrobatics check, a dex save.
Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, finally. I got an 18.
Okay, so the warg actually slips off and lands on his side. You do remain mounted. You do not fall out of. You do not fall off of the warg. The warg, however,
Does N fall off? Or is he wearing his seatbelt?
Yeah, no, he's got like that cross harness seatbelt in his booster seat. And like a puffy jacket. Also, he's eating some Cheerios out of a bag.
Somebody can do himself.
Your warg does, however, take 4 points of bludgeoning.
All right, Scruffy. It was a little bad, but does it say how much HP they have?
Yeah, he has 26 hit points. Wargs have 26 hit points at base.
Okay.
All right, so that's so yeah, you are down the bottom. That is your movement.
And I did my bonus action. And do I have an action still or no?
You do have an action you could use to attack or to move. It's your call.
I will use an action to use Eldritch Spear to hit one of the... I think I can hit...
Mm-hmm.
I think I can hit anything because it's literally like, what, 300 feet range? So I will hit the little squid that's next to the cart.
Okay, so there are some bushes in between. I don't think you actually have line of sight on that one from where you're standing, and I think...
Oh, I don't.
I mean, you've got the big one in your sights.
I did. Yeah. That's the one that's right next to the carriage, right?
That's the one that is holding the carriage.
Gotcha. Then I'm gonna shoot the one that's holding the carriage then.
Okay, do it.
Alright. We got a 14 to hit.
Just hits. You think for a second that it is sort of bounced off of its rubbery hide, but it actually seems to have found a little bit of a crevice.
Yeah, it says make a separate attack roll for each beam.
Yeah,
so
I don't make that second attack roll.
Oh, it's also a 14.
Both of them hit.
Nice.
All right, roll me damage.
All right, I'll roll you 2 damages.
You have
Let's
only
see,
2
the
damages.
first one is an 8.
Excellent.
And the second one is a 3.
All right, 11 total. The thing shrieks It does not drop the carriage, but it does sort of like lower it a little bit. As its eyes, its big, weird, squidgy, jelly-like eyes sort of like cast around into the bushes trying to find the source. You are no longer hidden. It knows you're there. I mean, I guess the dinosaur appearing was probably a big tip-off, too.
Probably. But that should do it for my turn.
Okay. N kind of like pulls what seems to be like a little hand crossbow out of like some pocket or something. Still on the back of the warg with you. Loads it and fires. 4.
Is he still in the booster seat too? That's hilarious.
Well, why wouldn't he be? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Get Volcrovars to carry him around in a papoose.
Yeah, unfortunately, the bolt goes wide, and he just sort of like, you hear him snarling in the background.
I'm sure you would have hit it if it was a snake, buddy.
Lady Fitrian's turn. Lady Fitrian just sort of like creeps up on her warg, skirting the edge of a bush, trying to avoid being seen by the other squids, and going like,
Mr. Volcrovars, what are you planning to run in sometime soon? Mr. Volcrovars.
He's tying his shoes.
Currently, I'm imagining the crow's warg is sort of like it's glitched out in a video game. And it's doing the running animation, but it's just not going anywhere.
Mr. Volcrovars, reload, you're lagging.
Have you tried turning your warg off and turning it back on again? In the business, we call that power cycling.
Okay, so it's the warg's turns, which is to say the ones that don't belong to you. One of them is stuffed into the mouth of this thing. It is going to go... It's going to go ahead and try and wriggle its way out. It does not succeed. All you can see is its hindquarters scrabbling for purchase in the leathery hide of this creature. The other one is going to tear into it from the tentacle that it is being held in to much greater effect, yes. It starts biting and chewing and deals 10 points of damage. The large squid tries to shriek, but its mouth is full. That is it for the wargs. We finally, even though he was the one who wanted to charge in and he started this whole thing, we are now on Volcrovars' turn.
Yeah. So with movement, what's the rule for like if I want to jump from a mount? Would I be able to get the mount speed and then the jump on top of it?
That's a good question. I think we can reason that given that wargs are a lot faster than people, it's not necessarily a jump, or it's not much of a jump. It's not like something you would be doing by yourself, but it's actually a carryover of inertia. If you want to have the warg dash, then you could probably leap at the thing.
Okay, so the warg will charge straight down the toothpick bridge.
Okay.
So the warg will stop there. The krill will jump 10 feet and try to bring down the horn of the snake demon upon the giant crabby land squid bastard.
Okay, go ahead and make a melee attack.
And that's only a 10. Complete whiff.
It's a complete whiff, unfortunately. You seem to be going for a tentacle which is trailing along the ground and then rising up to sort of keep the carriage aloft. But it sees you coming out of the corner of its eye, and it actually lifts that away at the last second. You leave a sort of like a crater in the sand of the lakeshore as this horn hits where it would otherwise have been. You do note that there is sort of like a weirdly green tinge of some sort of something that is sort of like left in the depression of where you hit with this club.
And that's everything you can do?
That's everything that you can do right now, yes. We are back to the top of the round with Gaspar.
Okie dokie. I'm still in hiding, yeah?
You haven't done anything to shake off the stealth check that you got last time, so I'll say you're kind of keeping low to the brush and the high grass on the edge of this ridge.
Heard. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna cast. I could have done this from further away. Cast Id Insinuation on the giant squid that has the wagon still clutched in its beak.
Okay. What do I need to do?
It's your wisdom saving throw again.
It's a 12.
It does not succeed, so I unleash a torrent of conflicting desires in the mind of it, impairing its ability to make decisions. It is incapacitated, and at the end of each of its turns, it takes 1d12 psychic damage, and then can have another wisdom saving throw.
All right. It lowers the carriage to the earth, as it seems to sort of like stare up into the sky, its beak mouth agog.
Agog, 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 agog.
Now, does it take damage now, or I'm sorry?
At the end of its turn, it will take.
At the end of its turn only. Okay. All right. Cool. Anything else?
Nope. It's incapacitated. Does that mean it falls over?
It doesn't mean that it falls over. It just means that it can't take actions. For this, I'm kind of thinking of it as like it's suddenly entered a daydream state, which doesn't necessarily mean that it falls unconscious. It just means that it's standing there, not really defending itself or doing anything.
10-4.
There's little birds flying around its head going like... Anyway, so if that's it for your turn, it is in fact the squid's turn. This squid is going to swing at this one and whiff completely. Like it's got it in one tentacle, and it tries to beat it with another tentacle because it's, digging its claws into its hand, but it actually ends up smacking itself on the wrist. It does, however, continue to swallow this one. This one is actually now gone from the field of battle. It slides down the squiddy gullet. The little guys down here, seeing Vukrvar's, start to close in. This one is going to double its movement to get up to where it can see Toothpick. This one too, actually. But these ones down here can't attack because they only have 20 feet of movement. They are moving a little bit slower than your average person. But these ones in front of Vukrvar's can attack, and they will. Are you oh my god. I need y'all to see this.
Did you roll like multiple ones?
No, multiple twos. So they make 4 attacks against Vukrvar's. Only one of them hits. One of them lashes at you with the you basically do a great job of dodging these tentacles that are suddenly flying at you. But one of them lashes you around the leg, and its suckers like bite into you, and it just kind of wallops you a little bit. And you take.
Vukrvar's actually wants to get hit right now. So
yeah, that's the worst part, right? I mean, that was bad for all of us.
He was just standing perfectly still, and the tentacles just flew past him. They were like trying to guess where he was going to dodge and attack that spot, but then he didn't dodge.
Yeah, the squids look at each other like, what's with this guy? You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and it says here you are fucking grappled. And this squid takes how much damage? The large squid that is id insinuated?
1d12 damage.
Can you roll that for me?
Sure can. It's got a wild 4 points of damage. And it gets a willpower save.
Or possibly a wisdom save.
That's what I meant.
I know it. That's a 9.
It is still insinuated.
Okie dokie. It is Malcolm's Sharptooth and Bicey Toothpick's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna use the Eldritch Blast again because I can make it hit 2 different targets.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. See what I get there. I got, let's see, a 20 to hit for one.
Yep.
And then a 19 to hit for the other one.
Both of them will hit. What are you targeting?
The 2 small squids in front of Toothpick.
All right, roll damage.
Okay, let's see here. We got a 9 for 1 damage, and then a 4 for the other one.
Okay. So take a little bit of damage.
And let's see, I will make Toothpick do. Kind of wish he could just stomp on both of them since they're so tiny, but
They are larger than you are.
They are larger than me, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were smaller than that. Oh, wow.
No,
Okay.
they're medium-sized creatures.
But they are smaller than Toothpick.
Definitely.
All right then, I will use a bite attack for Toothpick on the one that's directly in front of him. That's like the ones to the right.
Okay.
And that's a 13 to hit, which I think it does not, because they're like.
It does not hit, unfortunately. No.
Oh damn.
He tries to chomp into it, and they actually sort of like 3 or 4 of its tentacles actually sort of like arc up and just like push his face off to the side, so his teeth end up in the dirt.
Ah, man, I was excited to use this new fire damage. Oh, I forgot to ask you. It didn't say how much fire damage I do. Is it just like what basic fire damage? It was like 1d6 or something?
No, it means that when you land an attack, instead of piercing, when you land a bite attack, instead of piercing, you deal fire damage.
Oh,
So
oh
it's
my!
the same.
Okay.
It's the same as your bite attack, but it deals fire damage instead of piercing. And reloads, and much better this time. All right. There is a flash of light as he hits this creature, the one holding the carriage. His bolt hits it and sort of disappears, and he deals 11 points of damage to
Nice.
the id insinuated squid insinuation. Dum-de-dum. I don't want to be involved, but I'm going to do the best that I can to make sure that these people get there to where we are going alive, even though I feel as though my contract is very specific that we are done with the snake, and I needn't bother myself about it. Okay. It is the turn of the strange... Not the strange... I don't want to say strange like as in like they're strange creatures, but like the wargs that you don't know. That is definitely a hit. And... Okay. That's also a hit. This creature, you can almost see like sort of like bulges and scrapes and like hear like a muffled snarling as the warg inside of this snake, inside of this squid, starts trying to fight back. Doesn't seem to do enough to actually cause an upchuck situation though. This one down here also deals a little bit of damage. And that's it for the wargs. We are back to Vukravar's the Footloose.
Okay, in 5e, does being grappled stop you from spellcasting or any such?
No. What it does is it makes it so that you cannot voluntarily move away. Or move, really. It lowers your movement speed to 0.
That's cool. Vukravar's is where he wants to be.
Alright, I figured you wouldn't mind too much, but like they're squids, they're gonna grapple.
Then Vukravar's is going to aim 3 beams of Scorching Ray at the big squid.
Do it.
Actually, he'll it's 120 feet. He'll aim them all at the one that's attacking the sharks. So this guy up here. So that's 21, an 11, and an 18.
The 11 does not hit, so 2 of those hit.
6. Only 9 fire damage.
Okay, you deal 9 fire damage. The strange wafting smell of calamari washes over you.
Yeah, we're full up on bacon. We're fine. I think the warg Assuming we're commanding these.
Yes, you are commanding the warg. I'll give them to you because that's less I have to worry about, and
Yeah.
you guys know what you're doing.
I can't hit the token, but Vukravaz will just send it to attack the squid's harassing toothpick.
Okay, so it kind of just runs around this bush right here, because in the center this is kind of like some tough. I think this is difficult terrain up in here. Like you could move through it, but it would be tough. So yeah, he moves around it, and yeah,
That's a 17 to hit.
17 definitely hits. Okay,
For 8 damage.
8 points of damage. This one has not been previously touched, but just kind of launches itself at this squid and just starts tearing at it. Wargs are always a little hungry. Okay, anything else?
No, that'd be it.
Oh, that was a pretty good turn, actually. All right, Gaspar.
Volkravars is on the one that had the cabin, and a warg is trying to eat its way out of another one.
Yep, I think you mean the carriage, but yeah.
What?
You said cabin. The carriage.
Oh. I mean, it's a carriage, but a cabin on wheels. Alright, well... Oh, and how many of those little squids are left? And how far away from me are they?
There are 5 of them. And let's see, you are at the top of the cliff, so the nearest one is about 10 feet north and 20 feet down of you, and there's another one right next to it.
Okay, can I just jump off the ridge and land with an acrobatics roll, or...
Yes. I believe you're still on your warg, so this would probably be an attack for your warg.
Fuck it, let's do that.
So you can make a you can make a d20 roll with the warg's attack, which is, I think they have a plus. Goodness, plus 5 to hit.
21. Nope. No, 19 to hit.
All right, yeah, that's definitely a hit. It's 2d6 plus 3 piercing.
10 damage.
10 damage. All right, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, you lay into this squid. You're suddenly on top of it on your warg, and you also have an action if you so choose.
Can I swing at the other one cavalry style?
Absolutely.
13 misses.
13 does miss, unfortunately. Yeah.
Womp.
You deal it a glancing blow, and you can tell that you haven't actually done any damage at all.
All right, I'm just gonna have to take the L. All right, no worries.
It is back to the squid's turn. Unfortunately, as you watch, the rumblings from deep inside the squid far to the north, the one that has recently swallowed a warg, sort of gradually slowed down and stop.
Oh no!
And it's going to go ahead and make another attack at the other warg that it still has in its grasp, seemingly not ready to swallow it just yet. That's a definite hit. It deals 9 points of damage. And the warg in its grasp is looking pretty rough. Its eyes are actually starting to bulge with the amount of constriction that is going on about its waist. These squid down here start to move in. We are going to see 2 attacks against Volkravars. I say probably 1 attack against Gaspar, 1 attack against Gaspar's warg, and 1 attack against Volkravars' warg. All right, so 2 attacks against Gaspar. Oh no, I'm sorry, 4 attacks. These guys have multi-attack. I forgot about that. Yeah, we've got a 25, a 19, and a 20 to hit Volkravars.
Yeah. Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Okay. Whew. Yeah, this is a hit. So that is going to be 23 points of bludgeoning, and more tentacles wrap around you.
Marvelous.
Man, Martyr's not always fun, because you do have to get hit in order for things to happen. But...
Oh, but when they happen.
Yeah.
When they happen.
When it's fun, it's fun. Okay. 2 attacks against Gaspar's steed. That's a 12 and a 24.
Let me check out the warg's AC. So it is just 1 hit.
So yeah, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
And by me, you mean my warg.
Your warg takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Then that's 1 attack against Toothpick. Or rather, 2 attacks against Toothpick because multi-attack. That's an 18 and a 1 on the die, so I assume that a 24 hits. Toothpick receives 9 points of bludgeoning damage. 2 attacks against Volkervars's warg. Wow, both of those are going to hit because he took them at advantage because he is flanking. Oh, fuck off, though. Not great damage on the dice. So only a total of 10 points of bludgeoning damage. It's 3 and 1 on the die. Now the insinuation squid. Takes 1d12 damage.
Oh, he took his turn?
He's incapacitated. He doesn't have a turn.
Oh, Lamau. All right. Yeah. Sorry, I'll catch up, I swear.
No worries. He's still swaying gently from side to side.
3 damage.
Oh, boy. And he gets to make a wisdom save. Oh my god, even I'm doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
A 9!
Failure.
My squid!
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm Sharptooth.
Let's see. I will let Toothpick go first and see if he can kill this squid in front of him. Gonna hopefully make some calamari.
Make an attack with advantage because you are flanking with Volkervars's warg.
Oh, cool. Okay, that one's first one's a 22.
Mm-hmm.
And second one was a 14, so I'll take the 22.
You've got it.
And let's see how much fire damage we do. So that's 17 points of fire damage. Yes.
All right. 17 points
Also,
of fire.
the nose on Toothpick's that head kind of flares up all fiery when he goes into fight.
Okay. This squid, you just sort of like sear off a number of its tentacles. It just kind of shrieks at you, and it is looking pretty bad off.
Oh man, it's not dead yet?
It's not dead yet, no.
Oh man, let's do something about that.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Did it seem to have a weakness to fire or no?
No. Did not seem to have any particular weakness to it, no.
Then I'm gonna try and hit it with an Eldritch Blast, and that one that's holding the warg is still out of my view, right?
Yeah, you don't have direct line of sight from where you're at. The bush is in the way.
Okay, then I will just focus on that one squid. Okay, so I got an 11 for one hit and a 19 for one hit.
The 19 hits, yes.
Okay, let's see what we got for some damage. We got a 9 for damage.
With a one last sort of little shriek, I like how my voice cracked, but with one last little shriek, this one topples over. Eldritch Blast forming a neat hole right through its center. Calamari time.
En's gonna turn to, well, not En, but Malcolm's gonna turn to En and be like, "You like calamari? We eating good tonight, brother."
I don't know what that is.
You're gonna find out.
Alright, anything else for you?
No, that would be it for me.
Okay. Bonus, okay, so, alright. En's turn. Interaction to unclip himself from his booster seat. He leaps suddenly, just sort of like lickety quick, from between the legs of Toothpick, darts across and to the other side of the other squid. He pulls out some sort of like epee or foil from his belt, and he starts slashing at the squid before you. The squid between Gaspar's and Gaspar's warg, and he himself. Okay, one of his attacks will hit. He deals 8 points of damage to this squid. There is kind of a glow about it, but it doesn't seem to matter much. That's it for them. Befitrian is going to creep along.
We really should get her like a heavy crossbow or something.
I don't want any of this. This is not what I wanted. I could have gone to school and made something of my life. Instead, I went into the seminary, and for some reason that means that you have to fight monsters.
Okay. Warg turn. Warg fail. How big is a giant crocodile?
Huge.
Huge. Okay.
So I don't think I get to attack.
So I don't think you get to attack this turn unless the giant crocodile has something in terms of like a bonus action.
It does not.
Okay.
but
That's okay.
he will maintain position.
In any case, you have definitely garnered some attention.
I don't actually know what noises giant crocodiles make. Do crocodiles make noises?
They make like a sort of like a low growling noise. I know that there's that.
Kind of sounds like a hiss.
Yeah, there's a hiss. There's a hiss there too, I think. Yeah, we should look that up later. Is there anything else that you want to do?
No.
But you make a crocodile sound loudly and triumphantly to the uncaring sky. Whatever
Yes.
that sound might be.
He'll try to refrain from hissing too much in case he sets off N.
And sort of peeks up and just like chitters a little bit. Just like, is that?
No, it's got legs.
I forgot the warg action.
There's one live squid. There's two live squids directly next to your warg and one dead squid.
He'll just attack the one to the north. It's
Okay.
only a 12, I think that misses.
12 does miss,
I
yes.
actually thought that he was still on top of the warg, and he turned into a giant crocodile.
No, his warg has split off, which is the thing that you can do. So, okay. We are back to the top of the turn order with Gaspar. Chris, there is a squid directly next to Gaspar and his warg, and he is currently flanking with N.
22 to hit.
You definitely hit.
I hit for 14.
14? Whoa. Oh my god, yeah, that is one more hit point than it had left.
Yay! And then I'll goad my warg on to the next challenge.
Run through, you just sort of like stomp on top of and like over the mushy remains of both of the squids in front of you, and you run around.
If there's one I can close, my warg still has an attack.
Yeah, there is. You are currently next to Volkervars's warg and engaging with the squid that has been attacking it.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
14.
14 points of damage. Looking pretty good.
Take that, Squidward.
With just that one slash and bite from your warg, that guy is not looking too hot.
Calamari.
All right. Suddenly taking an interest in what's going on over here. This squid flings this warg off to the side, where it sort of like crashes into the hill face there. Let's see if the warg is even able to survive that. Oh, it'll be able to survive that. Oh, wow. It almost didn't, though. Wow, that was max damage. It takes 12 points of damage, and it sort of tumbles to the ground, sort of weakly tries to rise. We'll see if it actually is able to do anything. This squid is going to go ahead and pull its monstrous bulk over this way. It is going to swat at Gaspar. Fuck, it's a 4 and a 1 on the dice. God damn. Yeah, no, that's unless you're I think that's an 11.
Miss.
Well, that's boring. In fact, actually, all you get is the 11. I shouldn't have even rolled twice because it just used a fling attack over here. So that's it for that squid. This one squid is going to attack Gaspar. 2 squids are going to attack Crocovars. All right, so it's multi-attack against Gaspar. That's much better. That's does a 21 hit?
Yeah.
Then the other one sure as fuck hits too. Okay.
Hit me.
See, that is 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
No worries.
And now we've got the attacks against Crocovars. I rolled d6s. That is 1 natural 20 and 1 18 to hit.
Both will hit. I've
Both
seen
will
that, and that's when you will hit.
Okay. So then you receive 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Barely a scratch. Did you roll the psychic damage?
Oh, yeah, the psychic damage. Please give me a d12, and I will make a wisdom save. Chris, d12 if you don't mind.
Oh, I sure don't. 6.
You deal 6 points of damage, and with a natural 20 on the wisdom saving throw, this creature suddenly, as though the last bit of damage that was dealt to him knocked him loose from whatever fantasy world he was, entertaining, or possibly a non-fantasy world, as we know they're out there somewhere, looks around at the carnage that has sort of befallen his squiddy folk, and shrieks in a way that sort of like vibrates in your eardrums, which I guess is how sound works, so we're good. And it is Malcolm's turn.
Okay. I have a question. If Toothpick were to go straight for the big squid behind Gaspar, would he have to jump over Gaspar?
Allied creatures can move through one another's spaces at will. It's not that it's not that big a deal.
Oh, well, okay then he will move to the large squid. Okay, if Toothpick were to go through end space and then go for the squid, would that be okay?
That would be fine. I mean,
Okay.
broadly speaking, N is an ally.
Okay. I consider him an ally, definitely. Even though he's probably like, these guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, he's also fucking crazy, so.
He is also very crazy. And we shall just do a good old claw attack then.
Good. Claw attack against the big one? Go for it.
Right, let's do it.
Against the big Bertha?
The Big Bertha. That'll be a 13.
13 just barely does not hit,
Darn.
unfortunately.
Never mind. That is okay. At least we are in position. Then I have Malcolm. Gonna have him move right here on top of one of the corpse of the squid.
Okay.
The Squorpses, if you will.
The Squorpses. Yep.
I would like to cast Mind Sliver on the large squid.
What does that require? An intelligence saving throw?
Yes, you just had to beat a 15.
That is a 2 on the die for an unnatural 1.
You take 8 psychic damage.
8 points of psychic damage. Okay.
Yes. And then
Okay.
there's something else to this. I think it's every turn. Let's see, the target must succeed an intelligence saving throw or take, and then, 2d psychic damage, and then subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Okay. All right. So now would be the time to throw some things that require saving throws. Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Alrighty. We are back to the turn of N. Seems momentarily confused among all of the flexing tentacles. He is going to tumble underneath the feet of Volkervars's warg, sort of dance around Gaspar, and get into a flanking position with Toothpick regarding the smaller squid. He makes an attack. Oh, he nails it, yeah. 7 points of damage. This squid is really looking kind of rough. Just slices through a couple of tentacles, and like this inkish blue blood just kind of sprays all over the place. Lady Fitrian, you know what? She's gonna hang out in her bush. Her warg is starting to get a little bit feisty right now, sort of grumping and growling. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so yeah, the warg hits, deals max damage. This squid is swaying on its pseudopods, if indeed they can be described thusly, under the ferocity of this leaping attack. And we are back to Volkervars's turn. Volkervars, Krakovars.
So I believe the 2 small squids in front of Krakovars haven't taken any damage yet.
Yeah, they definitely received some damage, but they're not very far down.
Well, first, just to get it out of the way, we'll get the warg. The warg will just attack the little squid in front of it.
Okay.
For an 18.
18 hits.
12 damage.
That is enough to take it out. Just overwhelms the tentacles that are pressing against it, and the warg just manages to find its way to the actual central body of the arrow of the squid and just tears it into pieces.
Krakovars.
Mm-hmm.
The little squid directly north of him.
Yep.
He's just going to focus on trying to take those out.
Okay.
He will hit it with a tail attack.
Smack it.
Only a 13.
Only a 13 does not hit, unfortunately. It just kind of whiffs over the top of its head.
Son of a bitch. But he does have multi-attack, so he shall follow up with the bite.
Do it.
For 25.
Oh, hell yeah.
21 damage.
Hell yeah. Okay, actually, yeah, no, that actually, that manages to take it out.
Nice.
Yeah, you just kind of chomp. If there were bones, you'd be crunching. These things don't have bones, so you can imagine how much more it does.
Just so the bite just cuts it in half.
Okay, anything else for Crocovars?
No, that'll be enough for Crocodiles.
Okay. Once again, mounted on your fantastic steed, it is Gaspar's turn.
Yeah, what's around me? I still have one in front of me, or is that dead?
No, that one's dead. You would actually have to move. If you move one space to the northeast, you will be in both range of one of the large ones and the last remaining small one.
I'll do that.
All right, which one you attacking?
We'll do the biggin.
Yeah, the big one in front of you it's got tentacles that have been lopped off and on the ground. It is basically spraying its weird ichor-like blood all over the place. It is in a bad way.
Natural 20 to hit.
Fuck off. Get him.
And I double... In 5th ed, I double the sneak attack as well?
Yeah, I believe you do. And rogues, man.
Oh, I only hit for 25.
Oh, man. It's too bad. It had 4 hit points left.
Oh, no. I only overkilled it by 21.
You find some sort of weird ganglion somewhere within its strange alien physiology that actually makes it just explode.
You should have put the newspaper down.
Anything for Gaspar? Your warg still has an attack. Anything else for Gaspar?
It can't reach the smaller squid, I imagine.
Oh, it can reach the smaller squid. You're within range of both of them. They're right next to each other.
21 to hit.
21 definitely hits, yes.
12 damage.
Also looking mighty rough. The warg just kind of grabs it by a tentacle and starts pulling it in and clawing at it. And the thing is shrieking. Now it looks like it's trying to get away. It doesn't really seem interested. It doesn't look like it's going to try and do much else, honestly.
Is he the last one?
No, there's one large one left as well. And in fact, it is the turn of these creatures. This one is going to try and get away. It's going to elicit an attack of opportunity from both Gaspar and his warg, if you want to take those. Yeah.
Delightful. 21 to hit.
21 to hit. It hits.
Does 8 damage end it?
No, not quite. But it is just trailing. Viscera.
22 to hit from the warg.
22 hits. I don't even think the warg... I think even with just the bonuses, that's enough to finish it. I mean, you could roll anyway to see if you can find that ganglion again.
11 damage.
Yeah, you find the ganglion again. It had 2 hit points left. And
now we know how to kill these things fast. Guys, they have a self-destruct button. You just gotta know where to hit.
I've discovered their weakness. They're powerless without their heads. This squid is also going to reevaluate its life choices. And even though it will elicit an attack of opportunity from Crocovars, it will start making for the shore. Crocovars?
That's a natural 20.
Oh, I love it. We love
These
to
squids-
fucking see it.
Oh,
Oh, man.
They're having a bad day.
Yeah, I should have had them start to make for the water a little bit earlier, frankly, but I guess they got caught up.
That's 55 damage.
Holy shit. God damn.
He finds the second smaller ganglia.
He found, like, actually they have 2 for twice the explosion. It just...
No, one makes it explode, the other one makes it implode, and it goes back to the mental plane of squid.
It forms an extremely tiny black hole underneath the compressive forces of his jaws. Yeah, you guys are good. You guys are good.
That was only 10 below maximum damage.
That was out fucking... oh, man, I'm so happy about Crocovars.
That was an insane amount of damage. Holy shit.
As the dust settles from this fight, and this one remaining stranger ward starts to kind of like limp over, and even though it's on death's door, it starts tearing into the calamari flesh of this land squid. The door to the carriage opens, and a large bugbear steps out and looks blearily out into the day with he has a horn in one hand, looks at Crocovars. Crocovars looks at him, and he goes, "Ah, the dragon!" And he slams the door shut. Crocovars, you will notice something that you did not notice before, which is that this carriage is emblazoned with the sigils of Tuskep.
I recognize that voice?
You
Does
recognize the
Crocovars
voice.
recognize that voice?
That is up to you.
Oh my fucking god!
And we're gonna go ahead and leave it there.
Crocovars is gonna soak away and just sink into the lake.
Ah, that was great. Okay. Malcolm,
Awesome.
as you sort of like internally just sort of like turn inwards and turn your mind's eye to a more like ethereal plane than this, as is your right as a wielder of the powers of Byzantium, Craner Master, and you can see a number of squid souls lingering upon that plane, including two very large ones. So what do the rules say for capturing souls?
They say, let's see, I can wrangle any creature you defeat, but they will make a will save, and you can't capture a creature with more CR than you. Must be half my CR rounded down.
And you are level 6 now, so you can capture a CR3 creature.
Awesome. So Malcolm is going to take his staff and move it around kind of like a lasso, and then he's going to attempt to lasso the giant squid that is being currently eaten by the warg.
Yeah,
It's like the other. I forgot. There's a warg inside of that squid.
There is, yeah. You could even capture the warg if you wanted.
I can try and kill both.
You can't do both because at this point you can only have two creatures. I mean, like, you could, but you'd have to basically let go of your Allosaurus, which I don't think you want to do.
I do not. So I will take the squid because I like to have some aquatic options.
Okay, yeah, it'll make a wisdom save against that. And of course, if you fail, there's another one. So. Nope, you've got a squid.
Nice.
I'm sorry, did I just hear squids?
Get out of here, sea witch.